All week long, the mock drafts looked identical. Neat, orderly predictions where every team picked exactly who the experts expected. But when the actual clock started ticking on Thursday night, those predictions were completely shattered. The night began exactly as planned. The Las Vegas Raiders took Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza at number 1 overall, and the Tennessee Titans followed suit by grabbing Texas Tech edge rusher David Bailey at number 2. Then, the board broke. With the 3rd overall pick, a selection expected to be used on a premium position, the call came in for Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love. This line chart displays the average draft position of running backs in the first round over the last 10 years, plummeting toward the bottom of the board. In modern football, front offices prioritize positional value, allocating top picks to quarterbacks, pass rushers, and tackles, because those roles impact the passing game the most. Spending a top 3 pick on a running back directly contradicts a decade of analytical consensus. Love brings undeniable talent to the field. He possesses elite explosive speed and a scheme-independent running style that makes him a threat on every down. Even so, the immediate reaction from pundits was harsh, with analyst Dan Graziano calling it an awesome player, terrible pick. By ignoring the standard blueprint, that single selection ripped up the script for every team drafting behind them. The established norms of positional value were suddenly out the window, forcing the rest of the first round into an immediate reactive scramble. The available talent pool instantly constricted. With a premium spot used on a running back, the next 2 teams hurried to secure high-value targets, resulting in Ohio State teammates Carnell Tate and Arvell Reese going back-to-back at picks 4 and 5. When top-tier players fly off the board faster than projected, the math changes for everyone else. General managers further down the order watch their targeted groups thin out, realizing the players they built their entire offseason strategy around might not be there when they finally go on the clock. In these moments, teams start discarding their best player available rankings. If they see a run starting on offensive tackles and they don't have one, they're forced to choose between reaching for a lower-rated player now or risking a total vacancy at a foundational position for the rest of the season. When front offices watch their targeted premium positions vanish, they often resort to what scouts call a reach. They draft a prospect significantly earlier than their evaluated grade justifies, taking a massive risk just to secure a specific role. We saw this play out with the Los Angeles Rams at pick number 13. Facing a depleting market, they made a controversial gamble on Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson. This bar chart compares Simpson's starting experience against the historical multi-year average typical of successful first-round NFL quarterbacks, with his single season falling far short. He also brings only average arm velocity to the pro level, making an early-round investment highly debated. 8 picks later, the Pittsburgh Steelers made an equally debated move by selecting offensive tackle Max Iheanacho at number 21. He is a massive athlete with an incredibly raw profile. As a former basketball player and a latecomer to football, he possesses rare physical traits but requires major refinement in his pass protection technique to survive against professional edge rushers. Internally, Mike McCarthy publicly defended the physical upside of the selection. Externally, the reaction was brutal, with critics like Stephen A. Smith handing the pick a failing grade on national television. When the clock is ticking and the board is compromised, desperation for premium talent takes over. Front offices talk themselves into high-risk, low-floor gambles that ultimately fracture opinions between the coaches making the picks and the analysts grading them. While half the league scrambled to fix their broken boards, a few teams quietly capitalized on the chaos by letting the falling talent come directly to them. The Dallas Cowboys entered the night under immense pressure from their fan base and media to deliver a flawless first round. Instead of forcing a panic pick, they stayed disciplined, prompting analyst Ryan Clark to evaluate their execution as an absolute home run. Patience serves as a measurable structural advantage in the draft. While anxious teams reached to fill immediate holes, disciplined front offices exploited the unpredictable board to extract maximum value from the slipping prospects. Every real-world selection carries a secondary effect, shifting roster values in the fantasy football community. This radar chart evaluates fantasy upside. It highlights Jeremiah Love's pass catching and volume potential, projecting him as a rare 3-down asset. Compare that to Fernando Mendoza. His profile reveals critically low escapability. and his heavy feet severely cap his fantasy ceiling. When real-world draft boards descend into chaos, the fantasy meta scrambles right along with it. Selections that receive heavy criticism for their positional value often turn into immediate fantasy gold. Now the entire league is resetting its boards in Pittsburgh as they prepare for day 2. The most glaring unresolved storyline is the shocking freefall of defensive back Jermod McCoy, widely projected as a first-round talent, but currently sitting untouched. The San Francisco 49ers are officially on the clock with the first pick of round 2, holding the exact leverage needed to start an entirely new sequence of reactions. The first round proved that when the early board breaks, every pre-written script becomes irrelevant. As day 2 kicks off, every carefully constructed mock draft has officially been replaced by the reality of a broken board.